I always want to make sure that if your mom sees my videos, she'll be proud of you.
That's the way to go.
Do you want to give a shout out to your mom?
No, sorry, she doesn't watch YouTube. But
I'll tell you right now, we're not going to contest a ticket in the middle of the street like this.
I understand that.
You need to follow the proper channels, and there's directions.
Okay, well, the proper channel is I'm going to need your name and your badge number.
Yep, it's right here. It's 565. My name is Workman. Okay.
And are you the one that just issued this ticket?
I can tell you that. 5231. Yep, that was me.
Okay,
So on the back of the ticket, right here, contesting the citation, I suggest you to read this, and you will need to follow the proper
So I just
channel,
want to
okay?
get on the record, and I'm recording you, that you're
too.
aware that there are no machines right through here. That one is not operative, and none of them are marked that there's a place to pay for cash.
There is a cash accepting pay station right here in front of Margaritaville.
But if you park here, you don't know that.
Okay.
This is Susan Bassey, and for those of you who are familiar with this YouTube channel, you know that I record police because there are no cameras in California's courtrooms. I do so because I see in those courtrooms every single day what you see on social media when you're watching the police. It's a culture of people, and it doesn't change whether it's in a courtroom or outside. So the most appalling to me is when I see lawyers and judges behave the way I see police officers behave. And this is a video about how police officers and lawyers treat their mothers.
How are you?
good. How are you?
Oh, hi, officer. How are you?
Good, Officer Sharon. It sounds like my parking officers might have had a
You know
issue
what?
or something.
No, he and I have always gotten along great, and he gives me the information. He's always super professional, and he knows my name. So I'm a local journalist, and I've complained about this before, but the machines are not working that take cash. They've switched them out. There's no mechanism for anybody to pay in cash. They're issuing $35 tickets. That's kind of a constitutional issue. So he was very professional and very nice. I know she's sick, but she needs to be a little bit better in how she delivers information.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to see if you had any issues or any questions.
I'll stop by the department and talk to your chief. What is your name?
My name is Noah.
Noah?
Yeah,
Thank you. And he's on my YouTube channel. You know why? I always want to make sure that if your mom sees my videos, she'll be proud of you.
That's the way to go.
Do you want to give a shout out to your mom?
No, sorry, she doesn't watch YouTube, but I'll let her know that
Let her know that you're on it. But you're
Listen, I turned on my lights and sirens. You took off. That is be quiet. That is eluding. You can go to jail for that. Hold on.
I was going 55 coming home from work.
55 and a 35.
I don't really care.
I'm doing my job. You say you're a DA?
I am the DA.
Oh, you stay over here, ma'am. This is a traffic. This is a.
Hi guys. I'm good. How are you?
She's not complying with any of my commands, ma'am. Do not go inside.
I'm dealing with you right now.
Can you please step over here?
I'm not going to. Do you think I really care if I was going 20 miles over the speed limit?
I'm issuing you speed in zone 55 and a 35.
That's fine. I'll take care of it since I'll be prosecuting myself.
This is Sandra Dorley, and she's the district attorney out of New York who got caught on body cam, and everybody has now seen exactly why we need cameras in criminal courts, because this is how we watch the attorneys behave there when mainstream and legacy media doesn't have their cameras turned on.
The nature of Dad's communications to Mom, which are beyond appalling, and where I can't imagine parties continuing down that road and being able to maintain.
In Las Vegas, they allow cameras in courtrooms, but they have a silly little rule that allows one of the parties to ask to have the recording sealed. And this is a recording of a divorce case involving an attorney. And the judge is talking about some of his writings to his wife. And this is exactly the kind of thing we see in family courts every single day, even when it involves a police officer, an attorney, or a judge.
Down that road and being able to maintain joint physical custody. At least this point in time, I'm agreeing far more with Mom's approach rather than Dad's artful rationalizations on that. Mom is making a pretty compelling case, and I'm appalled that Dad, rather than owning it and acknowledging it and say, man, I was way out of line, this whole thing's been so emotionally difficult for me, and I know it's totally inappropriate, even profane and abusive and cruel, instead of just fully owning it by arguing all these other things, which may even be true to a large extent, but it doesn't matter. I don't even care if he says she artfully baited me into it, which he kind of alludes to, but what does this so-called baiting consist of? It kind of consists of doing him a favor and telling him, well, I'm gonna start saving this information. Calls her a worthless piece of excrement. I'll save this message. He should be grateful. Instead, that enrages him further. I'll defecate down your throat. The only time I want to see you is in a casket. Worse yet, here's a photo of a little guy who's in your lap. I'll teach him to hate you, you worthless whore.
Children are left behind.
Mainstream media will now report on this, but they will report on the tragedy, not the root causes and what drove an attorney to another attorney's office that resulted in this tragedy.
Dennis and Ashley Prince. Dennis, a well-known Las Vegas attorney who we've interviewed several times.
Mainstream media knows how to report on eclipses and how to report on tragedies when they happen. They don't know how to report on family courts. They don't know how to make media requests in family courts, and they don't even often try. But we're going to continue to do that. We're going to continue to report on the judges, the lawyers, and what the public sees and what everybody really experiences inside those courtrooms.
So I was thinking as an employer more than a judge, to be honest.
Children are left behind.
So, I mean, if you don't own that and you want to keep blaming it on someone else, fine. Then you're on your hands and knees begging the court to change custody.
I'm dealing with you right now.
Can you please step over here?
I'm not going to. Do you think I really care if I was going 20 miles over the speed limit?
I'm issuing you speed in zone 55 and a 35.
That's fine. I'll take care of it since I'll be prosecuting myself.
That the court is not more dismayed at the fact that
Well, I am, but as I indicated, it's more of a issue that we can take a few weeks and months. Someone disrespecting, or was far more than disrespect, disparaging the other parent and showing no sort of control is often. And if it continues as you've indicated, it would result in a change of custody.
Be on your best behavior, and I mean absolute best. Be quiet. I am talking. If you say another word, I'm taking to jail. Do you understand me? You are detained. Be quiet. Shut up. So sit here, be quiet, or else can go to jail today. Okay?
If you have your, a 3-year-old with you in the car and you have a medical emergency, you're driving as fast as you can to get to the emergency room, to get to the hospital. A cop car pulls up behind you, tries to pull you over. What do? Do you continue on to the hospital, or do you stop?
every week there's some type of message that is designed solely to harass her. Because you've already said, the only thing you talk about on the Wizard, or on Talking Parents, whichever one they're on, is it's Wizard. The only thing you say are things about the kids, right? Picking up, dropping off, events, things like that, okay? But when you go through the text messages, he refuses to eat. I mean, his communications regarding just the kids are very limited. His communications designed solely to harass mom are extensive. And yes, they're nothing new. And maybe this hearing and knowing that they will be set for evidentiary hearing on an order to show cause where he could be cited $500, sanctioned $500 for contempt 147 times, or any number between 50 and 147, or however many the court wants to make an example of, maybe then he'll start behaving like the person you expect him to be, that you warned him. You said, yeah, you keep sending any of these types of message, anything that's not allowed by the behavior order, you're going to lose custody. And he continues to do...
I was going 55 coming home from work.
55 and a 35.
I don't really care.
I'm doing my job. You say you're a DA?
I am the DA.
And then we have the evidence of him sitting at a bar. We have the evidence of him sitting at a bar before picking up his children. We have the evidence of him sitting at a bar when he's supposed to be drug testing for this court. And it's almost as if he doesn't think there's a consequence.
I was going 55 coming home from work.
55 and a 35.
I don't really care.
I'm doing my job. You say you're a DA?
I am the DA.
On the surface, a lot of these family wizard communications, etc., seem intolerable and candidly violative on their face. Yet I want everyone to keep in mind we have to do a deeper dive on this matter, and I want everyone to laser focus on the following. when we're dealing with contempt of court and family law, as you know, our case authority over the last decade, more to the point the last 6 or 8 years, colloquially expressed, they expect it to be reserved for the worst of the worst of the worst. Is this the worst of the worst of the worst? Guess we'll have to find out.
And a shout out to District Attorney Sandra Dorley this Mother's Day. May you enjoy all the time that you have with your children on YouTube.
I always want to make sure that if your mom sees my videos, she'll be proud of you.
That's the way to go.
Do you want to give a shout out to your mom?
No, that's right. She doesn't watch YouTube.
What's up?
Hi guys.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, so Susan, I'm totally fine with you filming me. All I ask is if you film them, it could technically.
I'm not filming them. I'm filming you.
I just wanted to make sure. I have no problem. With you filming
I'm a journalist and I understand.
I know the rules. I'm just
and I
putting
could film them because they're in public, but I'm not doing that. My job is to film you doing your job.
But just understand, if you specifically focus on them, it could be considered annoying harassing a minor, which is 657.
I'm a journalist and I understand my
All right,
job.
Just a minute. I'll be right back, guys. If you want to call your parents.
You guys okay?
Yeah.
I filmed the police, so I'm just doing this for you guys. He's a nice police officer and I don't think there's going to be any problems, but that's what I do.